Northampton Beach Campground is located in Northampton, New York, on the shores of the Great Sacandaga Lake. The campground offers 224 campsites, of which 64 are lake or waterfront sites. The popularity of this campground stems from the beach and the lake itself, not to mention some of the updated amenities like the bathroom shower house. This is a New York State campground with limited amenities, but they do have camping, boating, fishing, swimming, picnicking, and hiking readily available for all campers. Some amenities here at the campground are the boat launch, the hiking trails, the shower and bath houses, the beach, the picnic area, and they have a dump station and recycle center, not to mention water spigots. The Great Sacandaga Lake is a reservoir which was created in 1930 to control flooding by damming the Sacandaga River. The lake is 41 square miles and 29 miles long. This lake is the home of Adirondack recreational activities like boating, fishing, skiing, and more. It's not just the lake, but it's the natural beauty of the area that brings folks, especially in the summer months, to visit and hang around a bit. The town of Northampton hosts both the campground and some of the lakeshore from the Great Sacandaga Lake. The town has a population of just 2,670 and is just under 34 square miles. The lake, the campground, and the town are all connected. They're connected in many ways. Number one, the recreation, the summertime fun as the tourists coming into town. Number two, amazing views, great hiking, and just awesome fishing. And number three, the Bigfoot activity. And that's what we're here for. Let's visit my friend Scott at his campsite where he had an encounter in this exact location last year. Scott, you want to share your encounter that you had here at the campsite?
Yep, that was last year, same time, actually same campsite. I arrived on a Sunday, and I had camp set up, and around 4:30, I was going to go fishing. And at 4:30, in this direction over here, where there's all this underbrush, was this massive tree knock. It was just unbelievably loud. Nothing that was done by man, couldn't have been done by man. It was just absolutely enormous. Within a short period of time, maybe 3-4 seconds, I could hear a response in the far distance, well beyond the bathroom there, way further into the back. There's a swamp back there. It was in that direction, and I really didn't think nothing of it, other than being aware of those types of things that Sasquatch potentially can do. The next day, Monday, 4:30, I'm getting ready to go fishing down at the lake. Same thing happens. Same big, massive, loud wood knock. And the lady and husband that were across the street, I got to know them. And when I got to know them, I made some homemade butter, and I brought over some just as a good gesture, as a neighborly gesture. And the first words out of her mouth were, other than introducing herself, was, did you hear anything go through your camp last night? And I said, No, ma'am, I said, I was out like a light. And she goes, something has gone through your garbages for the last 2 nights. I could hear it going through your garbage bag. And it's been going through our camp the last 2 nights. I said, really? And she kept on talking about it. I said, well, did you look out your window? She goes, I was too afraid to. And she said, I could hear the footsteps. And then she turned around and she said, another thing that she said is that whatever it was, it got spooked. And it tore through these woods like a freight train. I never heard it. My dogs never reacted to it.
Of what?
And the funniest thing about the whole thing was that they had a fifth wheel, and underneath their fifth wheel was one of those collapsible grills. And when I was talking with her, she turned around and she basically showed me that something had literally picked this thing up, their Coleman grill, and had moved it. And there's they had one of those scrubby brushes with the bristles on it, and that was shattered. And she said that she could literally hear the thing walking around in their campsite. And this happened, these experiences happened Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, nothing, Friday night, nothing. So for 3 or 4 days, there was something here that was coming through the camps. And that was last year's experience.
It was Scott's encounter that brought me to the Great Sacandaga Lake. It also brought me to Northampton Campground. Once I arrived at the campground, got my site set up, and did a little research, I walked around a bit. What I noticed was the back loop was closed. Didn't make any sense. There was no campers, no activity, and the gates were shut. This sparked my interest. I began to walk through my campsite, out the backside, in that closed loop area. I wanted to see what was going on back there. Why was it closed? Was there a reason for it? Are they protecting something? I wanted to find out. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. As I walked, I saw there was berries on the ground, a possible food source, indentations in the ground, possible prints. Found a lot of trees down, which looked natural. I wasn't concerned at this point that there was any Bigfoot activity in the immediate area. It did get quiet, extremely quiet. The further I went, the less I could hear. I could hear my footsteps, the leaves crushing beneath my feet, the twigs breaking, which made me realize if there was something close by, I would know about it. I was intrigued by Scott's Bigfoot encounter. It's interesting when somebody has an experience that's unexplained and the only explanation is Bigfoot. He pointed in this direction when he was talking about wood knocks. And this is the direction I began to walk. I've come to the back side of the campground. There's nothing beyond this campsite except for wild. Forest. Trees. Animals. Bigfoot. I immediately noticed this terrain looked different. It wasn't the same as the terrain within the campground. You can see the trees down. You can see them leaning. I noticed a couple possible X's. Trees pushed over. Trees twisted. It's a very interesting area back here. Let's take a closer look. Something or someone has been in here, twisting and breaking these saplings. I don't know if there's significance to this, but it does seem to be markings leading me deeper in the forest. After returning, I looked around in the camping area for a little while. I came across a man-made teepee. It's pretty cool. And also noticed wildlife. You can see the remainder of the campground is pretty populated. Most sites are filled up, including mine. As I sit back and reflect on Scott's encounter, I'm intrigued. I love this place. I want to come back, I want to research more, and I want to find more Bigfoot evidence. In the meantime, I'll take a beautiful sunrise and a ride out of this place. On to the next adventure. Bigfoot adventure. The conclusion to my investigation is Scott had an encounter here. I believe him, and I'll be back.